Happy 2021 to all our friends on Success Digest. Last week, we discussed on the topic clear the weed where your tree of success is to be planted. Clear the weed where your tree of success is to be planted. Today, we are going to discuss on the concluding part of the same episode. And so, this is the addendum to the last week episode of the same title. Remember last week I mentioned that the first weed to clear is when people never engage in the work for which they are best fitted by nature. And I mentioned that the second weed that need to be cleared is technical know-how. Having the technical know-how. In that, I explained further that because you have money to buy a car does not make you mobile unless you are competent to drive the car. And that is what having money without technical knowledge is. When you venture into becoming an entrepreneur without having the technical knowledge to operate the business. We will continue today with the third weed that we need to clear for us to grow our tree of success successfully. This happens when we fail to sacrifice immediate monetary remuneration for the sake of gathering knowledge. Failure to sacrifice immediate monetary remuneration for the sake of gathering knowledge. Life is exchange of service, where the quality, not quantity, of service rendered determine the remuneration accrued or obtained. I have noticed this early in my life. I come from the part of the world where high education predominantly determines good success in life. It happened that when we left secondary school, some obtained good employment but they were equipped only with ordinary level education, which we call O level at the time. None of these proceeded to higher education of learning to further their education because they found themselves in their comfort zone of life, even though they were at the low rung of the ladder. Some lost their job early and remain at the low rung of ladder of life. Others that remain retired without getting to the pinnacle of their professions. These are people I believe will have ended up as captain of industry, of whatever industry or calling they belong. The period that is needed to gather knowledge, to become skilled and professional, is not the same period that money will come to you. It will only come after the knowledge, the skill, the experience has been acquired and is applied as service for which humanity will be ready to part with their hard-earned money to have. There is no success without sacrifice. There is no success without sacrifice. Also, the period to sow seed and the period of his harvest can never be the same. This program, Success Digest, was set up to educate each other, to share with each other those ways and manners, those means and actions that we need to do to achieve our goal of peace of mind and obtain happiness in life. Financial wellness and abundance being one of the most important requirements needed to achieve this peace of mind and happiness is therefore our focus. The next weed that we need to remove from the ground where our tree of success is to be planted is bad attitude, bad or negative attitude. I explained in one of our Success Digest series that bad attitude is like the tire of a car, which must be removed and replaced before the car can proceed in its motion. It is having attitude of pleasing personality. What I mean is having good attitude. Positive attitude is having attitude of pleasing personality. Your personality is the sum total of your characteristics and appearances, which distinguish you from all others. The simple rule in having a pleasing personality is this: appreciate other fellow. Try to appreciate other fellow. Success in life is a journey that cannot be embarked alone. Hence, no one is an island. Our interaction with each other should be guided by the golden rule: do unto others as you want them to do to you. If you require love, try to realize that the only way to get love is by giving it. The more you give, the more you will get. And the only way in which you can give it is to fill yourself with it until you become a magnet of love. Persons of pleasing personality are those fortunate nature that possess everything that others must acquire by toil. I'm yet to meet just one of such people who cannot open any door which others must have repeatedly knocked and failed to open. I do not lay claim to possess the magical formula for success, but rather, what I'm doing is sharing with you those experiences and knowledge that I've gained over a period of 4 decades of financial services. There are so many other risks that need to be cleared and removed, but because of constraint of time, I will not be able to discuss all with you. Some of these are procrastination, living ostentatious life, act of greed and dishonesty, and various others which fail to pass the test of fairness and moral life. Nevertheless, it will be a disservice if I fail to mention this last topic, which is fear. Fear. I have dealt exclusively with fear in one of our previous messages, which I titled Fear, the COVID-19 of our success. Fear, the COVID-19 of our success. I recommend that you watch this episode of our Success Digest video, which can be found in our Success Digest blog of YouTube or other social media. Today, my discussion of fear is as a weed to be cleared, removed, and eliminated when planting your tree of success. Fear corrodes. Every person on earth is afraid of something. No venture, no gain. It's of mathematical exactitude of our discussion of fear as a weed to be removed when planting our crops, when planting our trees of success. I'm going to tell you the story of a young woman. This young woman got married and bare a son. Not long after the birth of her son, her husband died in a car accident. She was devastated as her husband was the only love of her life from her youth. When she recovered from the shock of the loss of her husband, she poured all her love and care on her son. They became inseparable and she feared any harm coming to her son. She feared insects even biting her when the boy is out. She feared she feared his falling when playing football with his peers. And most fear of all came when the child at age 8 wanted a bicycle. She bought one for him, but would not allow him to ride it unless she hold him on the bicycle for fear of his falling down. On one of their riding exercise, they came on top of a hill and with a big slope. The bicycle with the boy on it ran faster than she can hold. She had to let go. And not until this happened that the boy enjoyed the joy of riding his bicycle. In life, fear displays the joy of life when you allow it to overwhelm you. I have a personal experience in my office. A woman came to my office to invest in stock and share at the Nigerian Stock Exchange. At the point when we had to forward her BVN number to stockbrokers for the registration, she withdrew for fear that her money is not safe if other person apart from herself is aware of her BVN number. All my explanation that having knowledge of her BVN number does not amount to debit into her account or withdrawal of her money. All this fell on deaf ears. At the same time, another customer of mine made over 60% gain in the same stocks we were to invest for her within 3 months because of the management takeover of the company where we invested in. No venture, no gain. I repeat, no risk, no gain in investment. For more enlightening in your financial awareness, please come to us at Kenny's Consult Limited and allow us to discuss with you more ingredients needed for your financial abundance, for your financial wellness, and continue living a happy life. Let us continue to travel together on this our journey of success through the path of wisdom. To be informed is to be transformed, and not to be informed is to be deformed. My name is Kayode Enrighton. and I can be reached on 074 2794 2000 or 07951 775255. Or better still, visit our website, kenisconsultlimited.uk. kenisconsultlimited.uk. If this our video benefits you, which we know it has, please like and share. Also visit Success Digest blog on YouTube. Enjoy your success.